Hi, hello and welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another episode in our deep dive into the book The Gift of Therapy by Yalom. Tip 24 already. What lies have you told me? In the therapy room, clients quite often tell stories about how they were not completely truthful with the people around them. They might have withheld some information, they might have told some little white lies, or they might have just blatantly been construing major lies, even system of lies. Thinking about, for example, a client that tells his or her therapist that they are cheating on their partner and that the therapist is the only one knowing about that situation. Those things will of course make you wonder about which topics the clients have not been fully transparent, fully truthful with you either. It's an interesting here and now process layer related question to ask them. It helps kind of evaluate the history of your therapeutic relationship. Think about, for example, the client saying, well, I have never found the courage to tell you this so far, but actually this and this is going on. It shows a kind of evolution in the contact between the two of you. They were not feeling safe enough to do so, but they are feeling safe enough to do so right now. And it's also an opportunity for certain important topics from the therapy to come back into the limelight. Yeah, you know, when we were talking about this situation, you said that you really disliked the way my father treated me as a child, and I love my father. I am loyal to him, so I'm actually still holding a grudge towards you for that. You should appreciate my father for everything he's done for me. Something like that, you know? And that's only possible if you ask them about like, hey, what are you withholding for me? Or what have you told me that is not really true? My own thoughts on the subject. It reminded me immediately of a client and a time when I sent that client an invite to my online file platform, the electronic file domain where I keep my case files organized. It sends automatic reminders for appointments, and I sent her this invite after our agendas mismatched again, something went wrong and we missed one of our appointments. There was a felt friction, there was a tension building up, there was some kind of grudge being held, and I had to really pierce through her withholding of this and ask her like, hey, what's going on, because you seem to want to punch me in the face. It took some probing, but then she came out with, why the fuck are you only sending me that invite that sends automatic reminders after we have had like 20 sessions already? It would have saved me a bunch of hassle and a bunch of hard remembering work, agenda work and planning work, a bunch of time. So why only now? The answer was a combination of me just having started to use that platform and also a bit of laziness on my end regarding the importing of all the clients that I had going on already into that new file system. But regardless of this easy explanation or easy answer of her question, it brought to light this idea of like, you were gonna withhold this from me, this frustration, if I hadn't asked you. And it kind of aligned with her idea of like wanting to be a good client, wanting to be a well-behaved client, not wanting to have any animosity towards me, not wanting to be negative towards me, not wanting to drag me down from my pedestal that she had put me on. And it was an important topic for us to talk about, because it's something unhealthy for the therapeutic relation, in my opinion, and in Yalom's opinion as well, I guess, if clients here, therapists here, and especially if the client is putting you on that position. If you dislike me, if you have something to say against me, if you don't appreciate something that I've done or said, don't just spit in my face, but at least have the courtesy to tell me about it, please. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.